On Wall Street Part 2, Wall Street's Inverse Truth. In Part 1 we saw that Peter Lynch's journey began not from a shiny Wall Street office, but from a simple caddy job on a golf course. Right there he understood for the first time that the stock market is not a game of just charts and formulas. Real clues are sometimes hidden in the conversations of people who use companies in their daily lives. But Part 1 left one question incomplete. If a common person has such a natural edge, then why does he consider himself weaker than experts? Imagine, a small investor sees a long line outside a restaurant. Inside, people are repeatedly asking for that same burger, that same coffee, that same brand. He feels there is something in this company. At that same time, a professional fund manager is sitting in an office. He has research reports, expensive data, analyst calls, but he cannot even touch that company yet. Why? Is he not seeing the opportunity, or is he seeing it but the system is stopping him? This is the first mystery of Part 2. Peter Lynch explains this contradiction through a strange phrase, professional investing. It sounds like a respectful word, but for Lynch, a hidden irony was buried inside it. He considers it like an oxymoron. An oxymoron meaning two opposite things coming together. Like deafening silence, meaning a silence that pierces the ears. Now the question arises, where is the contradiction in investing? A professional has knowledge, experience, a team, but still many times does not have the same freedom that an ordinary investor has. A professional fund manager does not just pick a stock. He takes a decision amid client expectations, the boss's eye, company policy, performance comparison, and his own job security. If he puts money into a small unknown company and the stock falls, the question directly arises on his judgment. People will say, who put so much money into this name? But if that same manager invests in a big and respected company like IBM and the stock falls, the blame becomes light. Because the market says it was a big company, how could the decision be wrong? Right here Wall Street's inverse truth begins. Many times, a professional's risk is not losing money, but appearing wrong alone. A common investor does not have this pressure. He has no committee, no quarterly client meeting, no boss who puts a red mark on every decision. He can look at a small company, understand it, wait, and if conviction forms, gradually build a position. This very freedom is his real strength. But look at the irony. Most beginners consider this very freedom a weakness. They think, until big institutions buy, this stock is not safe. Peter Lynch connects this to a street lag mindset. Meaning people keep waiting for Wall Street to confirm first, then we will take a step. The problem is that by the time confirmation comes, a major part of the opportunity has often passed. The company becomes famous, the price goes up, and the early edge gets over. Here is an important twist. Lynch does not say that professionals are fools, and beginners are always geniuses. He simply says that professionals have invisible restrictions in their way. A professional sometimes has to buy what seems acceptable, whereas an individual investor can buy what seems sensible. There is a huge difference between these two words. An acceptable stock is one that can be bought so that even if a mistake happens, a defense can be made. A sensible stock is one that truly looks attractive after research. This is why Lynch says, do not follow experts blindly. Listen, understand, compare, but make the final decision your own, because the money is yours and the risk is yours too. We go to an expert for a haircut, we go to an expert to design a house, but in investing, depending only on an expert can be dangerous. Because the expert is not seeing your life. He does not know which store in your city is packed, which product is repeatedly coming into your house, which brand your friends are wearing. This ground knowledge looks ordinary, but many times this very thing is the first signal. Wall Street gets the news later, the customer gets it first. But wait, this very place is also the most dangerous. Buying a stock, just looking at the crowd is not wise. Observation opens only the first door, one has to enter inside only with research. A line at a restaurant tells that the product is being liked. But the balance sheet tells whether the company is truly making money or just selling hype. The popularity of a brand shows excitement. But debt, profit margin, expansion cost, and management quality tell whether this excitement will become wealth or a trap. Right here, a beginner's edge either becomes power or poison. If he combined observation with research, a chance is created. If he bought only popularity, a mistake is made. Peter Lynch's point is simple. You can see first, but after seeing, verifying is necessary. Otherwise, the market will give you that same lesson, which is expensive. Now the story comes to the next fear. People say the stock market is gambling. When profit comes, they call it strategy, and when a loss happens, gambling. But is stock investing really gambling? Or does it become gambling when an investor puts in money without understanding? Lynch unfolds this myth through a comparison of stocks and bonds. In a bond, you are a lender. In a stock, you become an owner. A bond means you gave money to a borrower and expected interest in return. Your upside is limited because the relationship is that of lending. A stock means you bought a small share of the company. If the business grew, profits increased, value increased, then your ownership can also gain value. This is the beauty of stocks, but this is the fear too, because the company can fall as well, profit can decrease too, and the market can test your patience in the short term. Bonds feel safe because their return looks fixed. But inflation, changing interest rates and low returns do not let even bonds remain completely risk-free. The risk of stocks is visible on the screen. The risk of bonds many times comes hidden slowly in purchasing power. One fear makes a loud noise, the other silently leaves an impact. When the market falls, people run towards banks or bonds. They feel they are moving away from danger, but the real question is, where was the danger? Was the danger in the stock, or was it in the preparation of that investor who bought the price without understanding the business? Lynch compares stock investing to poker. Initially, fewer cards are visible, so uncertainty feels higher. But as cards open, the picture changes. The same happens in investing too. Initially, the company feels like just a name. Then cards of sales, profits, debt, competitors, management, and customer behavior keep opening. Every new fact clears the picture. Risk does not vanish, but blind risk turns into an understandable risk. In gambling, a person sits depending on odds. In investing, a person tries to turn odds in his favor through facts, patience, and business understanding. But here is a big warning sign. If you did not do research, if you listened only to a tip, if you took an entry just looking at a chart, then the stock market will truly feel like a casino. Therefore, Lynch gives a mirror test before investing. A mirror test means, before buying a stock, look at yourself, not the company. Because sometimes an investor does not lose to a bad company. He loses to his own impatience, fear, greed, and wrong timing. The first question of the mirror test is your life's foundation stable? Lynch in his time considered home ownership to be the primary investment for many people. The meaning of this is not that every person should buy a house first. The real point is that before putting money in the stock market, there should be basic financial stability. If your ground itself is weak, even a small jolt of the market will feel like an earthquake. Then you might sell even a right company in panic. The second question is, do you need this money quickly? If in the next 1 or 2 years there is children's education, medical need, a wedding, or an important family expense, then stocks can be risky. The market does not read your personal deadline. You might need money next month, but stock recovery can take several years. Many people make a mistake right here. They put short-term money into a long-term asset, and then as soon as a fall comes, they say the market betrayed them. In reality, not the market but planning betrayed them. Only that money should be invested which you can give time to, because compounding also does not work in a hurry. The third question is the deepest. Do you have a personality that can hold on in the stock market? Successful investing demands temperament more than intelligence. Patience, tolerance, flexibility, common sense, and the strength to stay stuck to facts, all these build gradually. You also have to remain cautious of your gut feeling. Many times, a gut feeling is just polished packaging of fear or greed. When the market goes up, the investor thinks, now it will be missed. When the market goes down, that same investor thinks, now everything will be over. Peter Lynch tells 3 emotions of an average careless investor: concern, complacency, and capitulation. These 3 words explain the entire tragedy of many portfolios. First comes concern. The investor fears that the stock will go down, so he does not buy even a good company. He keeps watching sitting on the side. Then the stock goes up. Now comes complacency. That same investor thinks, perhaps now the risk has reduced, and he takes an entry at a high price. Then a correction comes. The stock goes below his buying price. Now comes capitulation, meaning courage breaking, and he sells at a loss. If seen, the company perhaps did nothing wrong. But the investor took 3 wrong decisions at 3 turns of emotion. In today's world, this cycle has become even faster. Earlier people used to call a broker. Now buy-sell happens with a single swipe in a trading app. Technology has made access easy, but has not given discipline automatically. Data is in every hand, but patience is still a rare skill. A stock trends on social media, people jump without understanding the business. Then a fall comes, and those same people call the market gambling. But the question remains the same. Did you buy a company or did you buy only excitement? Did you take ownership or did you only chase price movement? Peter Lynch's teaching is relevant even today because tools changed, but human emotions did not change. Fear is the same, greed is the same, herd mentality is the same. A professional investor fears the crowd because he has to answer clients. An ordinary investor runs behind the crowd because he does not have trust in himself. The problem of both is different, but the result can be similar. Wrong timing, weak conviction, and unnecessary loss. The big payoff of Part 2 is this very thing. The common person's edge is real, but it is not an automatic profit machine. The edge works only when the investor trains himself. You can catch ideas from restaurants, malls, clothes, products, and daily life. But the final decision should be on facts, not on excitement. You can see the opportunity before professionals, but if you keep sitting waiting for confirmation, street luck can eat up your returns. You can invest flexibly in small companies. But if you did not understand the company, that same flexibility can become reckless behavior. You can become a long-term investor. But not just by speaking, one has to prove it through behavior during a fall. Many people call themselves long-term investors, but as soon as a stock falls, they join the short-term crowd. This is the most expensive contradiction. In Peter Lynch's world, investing is not heroic but practical. It says, first look at your home situation, then look at the need for money, then look at your temperament. If these three checks are weak, staying away from the market is wisdom too, because investing all the time is not necessary. Being ready at the right time is necessary. And if these checks are strong, an ordinary investor is not helpless. He is not just a spectator, but can become a wise participant in the game of business ownership. Part 1 told us that there are hidden clues in ordinary life. Part 2 told that before clues, the investor will have to understand his fear, delay, and overconfidence. Now the story is moving towards real stock picking. Because after observation and the mirror test, the next question is the biggest. Which company is truly investment worthy? Which is merely famous? Which looks boring but inside could be a wealth machine? Peter Lynch did not look at companies with a single perspective. Some are slow growers, some stalwarts, some fast growers, some cyclicals, some turnarounds, and some hidden asset plays. In Part 3, this very classification will open a new door in the story. There it will be known that every stock's personality is different, and understanding the wrong category can be as dangerous as choosing the wrong stock. Because the shiny name in the market is not always the strongest. Sometimes the real multibagger stands quietly in the corner, and the crowd considers it boring and moves ahead. In Part 3, we will see how Peter Lynch saw the future in those boring names, which signals attracted him, and which red flags forced him to step back immediately.
If this video has taught you something new, or if you feel this information should reach more people, don't forget to like and share the video. Your small share can become valuable and useful information for someone else. If you have any questions related to this topic, or if you would like to share your opinion with us, be sure to write in the comment box. We read every question and suggestion from you, because your feedback inspires us to create better content. And if you want to keep receiving such interesting and reliable information about business, the economy, and the world in the future, then don't forget to subscribe to our channel GRT Business and also press the bell icon so that you get notifications of every new video directly. At GRT Business, we always strive to provide you with accurate, balanced, and reliable information. Our news and analysis are prepared based on information obtained from various news agencies, public sources, and public opinion. We make every effort to verify and validate each fact as much as possible, but in case of any possible error or dispute, the responsibility lies with the respective sources. Our only aim is to present you with a correct and trustworthy perspective so that you can understand any topic better.